Hey everyone, hey. This is Caleb Roberts. We just finished doing our second episode on second season of Billy Was Written. And we're just here just chilling and happy to be in God's green earth. you know, um we gotta do a live. I think I'm getting used to this live thing every time we do an episode. But what small topic we're gonna cover right now is who wore Adam's clothes. All right, and you're gonna see the significance of that. It's not in the book of Genesis. It's actually in the book of Jasher. Now, Jasher, as we said before, is a deleted book from the Holy Scriptures. And I put this mic a little closer. And Jasher can be found on Amazon.com if you're interested in the Word of God. I assume that you are if you're a child of God. But Joshua is a mirror of the book of Genesis, but it has more details. All right, it tells you more about certain subjects. All right, so Joshua tells you what happened to Adam's clothes, and we all know that after Adam and Eve sinned, God made them clothes before he cast them out from the Garden of Eden. All right, so he used animal skin to make them clothes. Now, God is a fashion designer. He made clothing, the first clothing line. All right, so when Adam and Eve, well, let me just read it from you from the book of Genesis because it's very interesting. The book, I'm sorry, not the book of Genesis, the book of Joshua. The book of Joshua reads kind of like a movie script. It's very detailed, and I really like it. It's a really um, interesting book. All right, if you want more details about what happened in the beginning of this world. All right. If you have the book of Joshua, if you don't, you could follow me from YouTube. Um, there are some people that have narrated it, and you could listen to it. All right. So, and or you could just type in Joshua chapter 7 and you could listen to the whole chapter or go to exactly where I'm reading from. So it's Joshua chapter 7 and verse 24. We're going to read down to verse 30. And it says, "And the garments of skin which God made for Adam and his wife when they went out of the garden were given to Cush. For after the death of Adam and his wife, the garments were given to Enoch, the son of Jared. And when Enoch was taken up to God, he gave them to Methuselah, his son. And at the death of Methuselah, Noah took them and brought them to the ark. And they were with him until they went out of the ark. And in their going out, Ham stole those garments from Noah, his father, and took them and hid them from his brothers. So Ham was a dark skinned race, all right? A dark skinned brother. Um, where did I leave off? Okay. Um, okay, verse 27. And in no, I read that already. Well, let me just go ahead. Verse 27. And in their going out, Ham stole those garments from Noah his father, and he took them and hid them from his brothers. And when Ham begat his firstborn Cush, he gave them, he gave him the garments in secret, and they were with Cush many days. Now, Cush is uh, Ham's son, his first son. And whenever you hear the Bible talk about the land of Cush, it's talking about Africa. That's what Africa was called before they changed the name to Africa. All right. In fact, Africa, that name Africa came from the Romans. There was this small nation. Actually, it's still they're called Tunsika or something like that, and it's a small nation in northern Africa. And there's a tribe there called Afri, right? So they call it Africa, meaning the land of the Afris, right? Which means which made the word Africa. That's what I understood about the name change. All right, but the Bible describes Africa, the whole continent of Africa, as the land of Cush. All right, the dark skin race. All right. Um, so verse 29. And Cush also concealed them from his sons and brothers. And when Cush had begotten Nimrod, he gave them, he gave him those garments through his love for him. And Nimrod grew up, and when he was 20 years old, he put on those garments. So Nimrod wore Adam's clothes. All right. And verse 30, that's the last verse we'll read, but there's more to that story. If you want, you could go ahead and finish reading it or listening to it. But that's where we're going to stop. Verse 30. And Nimrod became strong when he put on those garments, the garments. And God gave him might and strength, and he was a mighty hunter in the earth. Yea, he was a mighty hunter in the field, and he hunted the animals, and he built altars, and he offered upon them the animals before the Lord. Now, if this is the effect of the he wearing the clothes, he became strong. All right, he became a mighty hunter. And if you keep on reading, you'll see where it says he became a mighty warrior, right? He went to help his brothers fight their enemies. And in fact, he became the leader, their leader. He became the ruler. And he conquered all the enemies, and he became the first world leader. All right. But Nimrod fell away from God as time went on. He fell out of God's will. All right. But that's, if you want, you could keep on reading into that. All right. And that's who wore Adam's clothes. And the effects of him wearing the clothes, he became strong, extremely strong, where he conquered the whole world. All right. He became a mighty hunter first, and then he conquered the whole world. So that was the effects of him wearing Adam's clothes. All right. So this is just some food for thought. If you want to know the Word of God, or if you're interested in um, Bible history or the Word of God. All right. So I think it's very interesting to learn about those things, and you know, I encourage you to read more into that story because it's very interesting. In fact, you'll be surprised to know that Christmas and Easter stemmed out of the days of Nimrod and his wife. All right. So study the Word of God, and I hope you learn something. I hope you learn something right now. All right. So see you next time. Our second episode premieres on Saturday. What is the date of Saturday? I think it's the 20th. Yes, the 20th, 10 a.m. Eastern Time on live101radio.net. And it will be posted on vstreams.com. So see you there. Show us your support and may God bless you. Have a good weekend. Bye bye.